Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
Two competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up my truth muscles, a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put up many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Me and some people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
New Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys?
Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicky nuggies.
Chicky nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
And chicky nuggies.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
Well, of course it has windows.
All right.
It's a surveillance van. It's got to have windows.
How else are you supposed to surveil things?
Right? Oh my goodness.
Happy
Welcome.
Friday. It's been a while.
Hello.
Yeah, who's this?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Who
this is
person?
this is the return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
I never knew my name had just one letter difference of a Jedi, and I think that's pretty cool that you realize that, because I don't think anybody's ever realized that.
I started it tonight. I'm like, what am I going to do for Joe? Because I was going to do Return
Yeah,
of
I've
the Joe
never seen that.
Dias.
That's pretty cool.
I was going to do Return of the Joe Dias, and then I'm like, wait a minute. It's
Our
almost
actual name?
perfect.
And oddly enough, we're actually going through the Star Wars films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watching them in historical order. Well, how would we say this? Canon order, I guess. Not
To get me in the mood to
Tell me.
watch
Okay.
a Star Wars, the first thing, the easiest thing is to ask if I want to watch Phantom Menace. I would have to assume that that one is my favorite because it has all my favorite things. And so to get me into Star Wars, start with that movie. Then I'm going to want to watch the next one. Then I'm going to want to watch the next one because, he has the higher ground. But then we got into the different ones with like Han Solo or Solo.
Right.
Well, that's following the timeline.
Right. That one doesn't hold my goat because there's nothing invested in that movie for me. It's just a movie.
I like the cast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still the same, like, sort of formulaic plot that they all have, just like how the, every episode is very formulaic.
The
Within
Empire's
3
bad. We
minutes-
got to beat the Empire.
Yeah, within at 2 minutes, you meet the bad guy of the episode. Within 7 minutes, you're introduced to the, new situation or whatever.
What was the first one of the epilogues? Like the Return of the Skywalker or something?
Well, what do you mean epilogue?
The one with Daisy Ridley.
The Force Awakens.
That was exactly Star Wars. That was you want to talk about formulaic. It was the exact plot of the very first one.
Yeah.
It was the plot of A New Hope. It was a New Hope. A new hope.
It is funny. I mean, I could see the parallels, but there was more added into The Force Awakens. That doesn't mean I liked it better. There was just more added in, and with like Easter eggs or whatnot that they're dropping to the original three movies.
Yep.
And
right, and you can't do that backwards. Like you have to. It's fun that they're working with this parallel difference, before and after and during, and cross universe, but that they could drop these Easter eggs or have these character reveals or bring people back from the dead, but they couldn't do that then.
Right.
So it's unless they screw up the film, like they're adding stuff to it, which I know a lot of people don't like. Like filling scenes with more characters.
I can say the writing got weaker. I mean, just the Galactic Empire just whoops major ass over the First Order.
Oh yeah, no, the Empire is much better than the damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no comparison between the First Order and the damn Empire. Come on.
And I can tell you, when Disney first acquired the Star Wars universe, I was really positive on it, just because of the merchandising. If there's one thing Disney's done and done well, is they put their products in people's houses.
Yeah,
right.
They really do.
Exactly.
So as far as Star Wars merchandising that was coming from it, I was excited. And then the Disney episodes, Mandalorian was okay, but the episodes ended up all kind of cookie cutter.
Yeah, that was the one that I was referencing.
Boring. And I didn't even care for the Book of Boba Fett, even though Boba Fett was like one of the canon's iconic characters to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I couldn't sit through Andor, or at least the first season. I haven't tried second season, and I could not sit through Ahsoka. They just forgot to.
No, I couldn't do either.
They forgot to make that.
Well, it's kind of like
by action film.
Lord of the Rings. They splintered off a whole bunch of stuff, and too fast. And so I'm like, no, I'm not going to do any of it. Or Spider-Man, they splintered off way too fast into these rabbit holes, which I guess if you're a super, super fan, that's fine. But if you're a average fan, you need it. They're like, hold on, man. I have other stuff to do. I can only watch 3 movies. I can't watch 10.
There's the whole modern audience thing that they're trying to go after, which doesn't watch Star Wars.
Right. That's true. We're the only ones watching it.
Right. We're all kids at heart, and they make the film geared towards kids. And we're just like, wait, this is ridiculous. But if you were 7, when you were going nuts about Star Wars, it might be pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. If you watch it at the wrong age or in the wrong part of your life, it's not going to hit.
Yeah. And you're just not reliving the glory days of when you were 8.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I watched this reel a man was talking about this unspoken trauma that my generation has yet to deal with, but we all carry it with us. And that's the never ending story trauma where you're like, okay, I'm a 1980s kid. You know, I'm sitting down on my Saturday afternoon. Here's my cereal and never ending stories. Here we go. You know, and within 7 minutes, you're dealing with this existential crisis, your own mortality. The horse died. What? And you just don't know anymore about the world. Everything's falling apart.
And for the rest of the year, you're worried about the nothing.
Well, I mean, like, it was so German.
Oh, right.
It was
Imagine trying to explain the nothing to your parents and make it make sense.
Well, I mean, so there's terror, but there's also the sadness we felt with our text was different. You know what I mean? You carried it with you. And like every time that somebody in my generation sees a kid like in a costume where they're Atreyu and they're carrying around a plastic half horse Ars Tech, you know, you're like, no. You know, it's just it's built into us. And it was this funny realization that we all have this trauma of Ars Techs.
Oh my gosh.
Does anyone else remember? I mean, I know I'm only 45, but there's plenty of us out there. It's real.
I don't.
Well, you're older than me, so you didn't have Neverending Story. You had Flash Gordon.
Michael, say something.
No, I remember Neverending Story, and I remember watching it many times just because, you know, it came up on HBO or Showtime.
Sure.
And really enjoyed it. Gave me good motivation to go steal books from a library, you know. And that's what he does with the book.
It's for the library, it's for the bookstore, but that man was creepy. Come here, little boy.
Oh, it's still too soon.
See, it's just it's just an untouched pain. But I love it though, because you know how we all seem so diverse and so complex and angry, yet we can bring each other together very quickly with one lyric or one movie quote. You know, pop culture is just such a way to bring people together.
It sure is.
I wouldn't mind a pet Falcor. You know, you could like hang out in the backyard and it'd be a real easy commute to work in that case.
How are you gonna? I mean, you'd have to fasten some kind of a seatbelt rigging system. And then what about winter travel? It's gonna be very cold. Unless you have like a pod, like you put yourself like in this plastic pod.
Falcor's long hair. I mean, if it was like
you
a
gotta
short
put the hair
hair
in the pod, so it's like fluffy.
You just have to dig into the fur.
You just got to move to somewhere where it's warm.
Armpit.
I was going to say like his underbelly or his armpit. Who was it? Oh, we were house sitting.
Fly upside down.
I meant like Florida.
Oh,
right.
Well, then that would be pretty.
Yeah, but
right.
You know,
well, as long as he does okay against gators.
We were just house sitting last weekend, and it was a boy dog, but Benji was playing with him, and he's like, why do you have 6 nipples? You know, is this first introduction? Because we don't have dogs and our cats have fur, and you don't rub their bellies. I mean, even our old cat Tiger, you could barely see his. So he was confused. I was like, well, like how boys have nipples, and then we only have up to 2 babies usually at the most. So that's 2. Plus, humans are kind of symmetrical anyways. You know, that half down the middle matchy. And so then talking about dogs are like what, 6 to 8 or depending on breed, I'm guessing. But yeah, he's never had the privilege of having a pregnant dog, and I have back in the day, you know. Yeah, Michael has. And
I was thinking next time we go to Texas, I'll make sure to show him a cow.
They have all kinds of nipples.
They got all sorts of things hanging down.
Or take him to a horse farm.
oh golly, I can't deal with that when animals have thingies. I'm just like, No, thank you. No, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, some horses need to be wearing pants, man, or shorts or something. 'cause-
Oh my God.
Excuse me, sir. You are hanging out.
Yeah.
You need to tuck it back.
There's ladies around.
Oh, the men are feeling real inadequate, sir.
Put that thing away.
Good Lord.
Oh my good Lord. Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
right,
are
good Lord.
horse vaginas giant? I don't know. As he spits his drink all over the
Yeah, does a spit take on the screen? Yeah.
right.
All right, so we
Oh, we're off at the horse vaginas.
Yeah,
Fine.
we're done.
Before
We're
we get
done.
before we
We're-
get to the Tijuana jokes.
Yeah, right.
before
Let's
we get to
move over.
let's not talk about the mule show. Let's talk about something else. So I Michael,
imagine the confidence of that animal.
Stop it.
oh my God.
Or the self-respect or something.
All right,
Oh,
so
Our lady.
Switching gears.
switching completely gears. Kind of. I found this the other day. This is somebody named Carol Erskine. She's actually a former judge in Massachusetts. And she's like a history-making trial in Norfolk County. A trial was held in Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham, which is where the trial is being held now, prosecuted by the Norfolk District Attorney's Office.
I think that's Norfolk.
Oh, Norfolk. Yeah, you're right. Norfolk. What'd I say? Norfolk?
Norfolk.
Norfolk. Norfolk.
Yeah.
Norfolk for Darf.
Norfolk Dorka.
Norfolk Durkin.
All right, so major protests erupted outside the courthouse in support of the defendant. The lead investigator and key witness from the Massachusetts states was Trooper Proctor.
Proctor.
Sound familiar? So that Trooper Proctor is in the Karen Reed trial, but this
Yep.
was not the Karen Reed trial. This is a trial from Seiko and Benzetti from 1921.
What?
Mike, I need you to say something.
I got that. I'm just not seeing where Trooper Proctor participated in this one.
Right? It's so 1921. It's this very same courthouse as the Reed case. When Trooper Proctor testified, it was William Proctor, testified he would not confirm or deny that the bullet came from Sacco's gun, leaving the implication that it could have come from his gun.
Possible.
This, despite the fact he knew the bullet was not from the gun.
Yeah. Tricky.
Huh.
So he later revealed. Go ahead, Jody.
He later revealed. Right.
I just needed you to say something so we didn't echo.
That he lied.
I talked like 5 seconds ago.
I know, you're not long enough.
Okay.
This, despite the fact he knew the bullet was not fired from the gun. Proctor later revealed that he lied, and many
Liar.
historians claimed he was pressured to lie by the district attorney.
Oh,
Pressure.
wow.
So now, 100 years later, in
Wait,
Dedham,
what?
the right to a fair trial itself is on trial once again. So this was 100 years ago that they had this freaking trial, or 104 years ago, basically.
And they still haven't learned to not trust a trooper named Proctor.
Right?
Was that like his father?
All this time.
No idea. No idea if
That's
they're related.
weird.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? A trooper Proctor got on the stand and freaking lied over 100 years ago
Well,
in the same courthouse.
Yeah.
And then they found the people. They did even so. They found the people guilty. There's people that even have come forward and said that they think they're innocent.
right.
And so it was, this was another homicide trial too. So
This is I don't know. This is crazy.
isn't it? Same courthouse.
Well, it's bound to happen.
I mean, I guess.
Most perjuries committed in a courthouse.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and, most
it's kind of
most
like
people
shark
are-
attacks are usually close to the coast where the people are swimming.
Right. Yeah. Those fishing accidents happen in open water.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
Yeah, not so many in the bathtub. Yeah.
Or the dentist.
Got to keep that name's legacy alive somehow, right? The Proctor name.
Well,
Yep.
isn't it Proctor? Well, I know it is in The Crucible, my favorite play.
Yeah. Right.
But he's all about at the end, he's like, but it's my name. And so he didn't want to lie. So he was a good proctor, but that was a long time ago. So it may not be the right proctor.
I've only known the term in the military, but proctor is normally like the instructor that's administering some sort of test.
The tester,
exactly.
Yeah.
Proctoring a test. Exactly.
I've proctored several times this year.
Are you really? You're a proctor?
Jody's a proctor.
Yeah, I'm a proctor.
Well,
Took my training.
Isn't it also a butt doctor? No.
That's a proctologist.
Oh, yeah.
A proctor doctor.
Doctor. I did not take a class. I become a butt doctor.
You're a butt doctor.
Not with one class.
Are you a proctor doctor or Dr. Proctor?
Oh, my God.
Dr. Proctor. Paging Dr. Proctor.
All right.
Yes.
So,
All right, get off this, guys.
okay.
I don't like
well,
it.
Couple things from the, we won't do a deep dive into the retrial today, but a couple interesting things did come out. One was there was a this has been testified kind of before, but there was a group chat going on just between like some of the main conspirators that the defense has said these people are the co-conspirators, right?
The principals.
Yeah. So there was a group chat, and Matt McCabe, which is just as Jen McCabe, who's on the stand, and
This is from Matt to myself.
So this is a group chat that they have going on the day.
It's a skeleton,
right? Oh yeah, I'm a Skeletor. The day and like the days after the incident, where this is the day that Karen Reed was arrested. She was arrested at 7:40 in the evening. However, at 4:35, Matt McCabe said, "Hey, she's going to get arrested." How did he know that?
Because they were intending to
What's that?
arrest. Because they were intending to arrest her.
How does Matt McCabe, who's not a cop, know that they're going to arrest her at 7:40? They're going to arrest her that day.
I don't know. They're just people just down the grapevine, and people make declarations all the time that come true or they don't. I heard people saying Hillary was going to win in a landslide.
Right.
Well, let's see what she has to say.
This is from Matt to myself, Nicole, and Brian.
And what's the timestamp on this?
4:35.
What is this?
4:35.
Yep. If she pleads out, it will end. If she fights it,
AM or
it will
PM?
be an episode.
PM.
Doesn't say it. She never said it.
Assuming that would be Miss Reed.
Next text, please.
So he's saying if she pleads out, this is going to be fine. If she fights it, then we're going to have an issue. It's going to be an episode. He's already predicting that if she
We
doesn't
are
plead
going to be
guilty-
fine.
Yeah,
If she pleads, then we don't have to worry because she took the fall for it.
correct.
I see.
Yeah.
And it's multiple hours before she's arrested.
Yeah.
They know. So they have inside information, probably from Trooper Proctor.
Yeah, I guess was it grand jury that sent up a true bill that led to her arrest, or
Yes. No, it was.
so you normally don't know the results of grand jury or anything about grand jury proceedings until
they're
basically
over.
the cops are knocking on your door with the arrest warrant.
Hey to you. Hey.
Hay's for house, hay's for horses, sometimes for cow. Pigs don't eat it because they don't know how. Strangely, pigs know how. They'll eat anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's true.
All right. So another moment from the trial today. Look at the damn judge.
Yeah, she looks tired. She
Yeah.
looks pissed.
Oh man, so that's the prosecutor. He's going through these text messages with Skeletor there.
She's got a.
Why do you guys
more
call her
tan than-
Skeletor?
God, she
Look
looks
at
like
her.
a walking skeleton.
She really does.
I mean, her face is nothing but bones.
Right. So yeah, she does
Kinda
not
mean.
look. She does not look pleased, does she?
No, she does not.
No, she looks pretty calm. Pretty nice, relaxed.
Yeah, yeah.
Great to see Z's coming out of that.
That she is the. I mean, it is the weirdest. She is the weirdest freaking judge. Is she asleep? Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
That's what I'm saying. I see Z's coming out of her.
This was a moment of like exasperation, like the big sigh, and she'll sigh all the time, like all the time she'll start sighing.
She just can't hold it in.
No, she is very emotional. Like she will like leave her emotions on her sleeve, like wear emotions on her sleeve, just like
That seems like a strange tactic as a judge.
oh yeah, she is not like the.
Yeah, get to that
impartial
point in your
judge.
career, you get to run your courtroom the way you want, though.
Yeah, I guess.
It sometimes, I mean, there's rules and canon they got to follow, but the buck stops with the judge. It's the way the system's set up. So,
yeah.
I mean, I knew one judge that would he got tired of staring at the people in front of him, he would just turn to the side and just stare at the ceiling. He's still listening.
I hadn't.
Right.
Right.
But it doesn't look like he is at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there was a lot. This was a very contentious cross examination today. It was very, very contentious.
Was she ducking everything again?
Oh, yeah. Completely ducking everything, qualifying everything. But then at the end, she basically said she didn't go in. So there's AJ asked her, hey, Jody, say something.
I'm saying things.
All right, thank you. Basically said, the guy's house that this guy is on the lawn, possibly dying, and 30 feet away is somebody who is a trained first responder, who has been a first responder for years.
Why didn't they assist?
Yeah, why didn't you go wake him up?
What was their response?
I had no reason to think that they weren't okay.
You had no reason to believe they weren't okay. A man was.
So he also asked her, so if you find this guy, Michael.
I'm here.
Okay. If you find this guy on the lawn, you don't know what happened to him. You say you don't know what happened to him at your brother-in-law and sister's house, but you don't go check on your brother-in-law and sister.
Right.
So you don't go check on them. You don't know what happened, but are you sure that they're safe?
She sees the dead guy on the lawn and considers that the new lawn ornament and doesn't bother to check the people in the house.
Right.
Doesn't bother to go check her sister or her brother-in-law to find out if they're okay inside the house. How does she know that they're okay if there's a dead guy on the lawn?
Right. Okay. So she's aware that there's a situation and you're wondering why she didn't then think about checking in with her family. Okay. Okay. What was her response?
No reason to think that they weren't okay.
You had no reason to believe they weren't okay. A man was dead or dying on their lawn, and your sister's not answering the phone. And nobody is coming out to the chaos of Karen Reed screaming on the front lawn. You didn't think there was some reason to believe they could have been in peril?
I didn't, because your client was screaming she hit him. She had a cracked taillight. She was crying. I hadn't.
Well, shouldn't you check on the guy that she hit?
They were. That was their thing. Okay, so John was the guy laying.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was just.
No,
This
you're
is
fine.
so confusing.
You got to be watching it. Okay, so.
Oh, it's confusing if you watch it.
Yeah, it is. So, John O'Keefe is Karen Reed's boyfriend. The state is saying that she hit him with her car.
No,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so he's laying on the lawn outside of her brother-in-law and sister's house.
Yes.
Is where they find him.
Yeah.
Did she just turn Chinese?
Stop it.
What she is saying is because Karen Reed said I had hit him, or could I have hit him, and her taillight was cracked, she had solved the case that morning and didn't have to go check on her brother-in-law and sister.
Okay.
That was her excuse.
Best describe how you were feeling.
So then after, this is like the prosecutor gets back up and he gets a chance to ask some questions, right? So she said,
no reason to.
I knew exactly what happened to him. I knew he got hit by a car, right? A prosecutor
Best
comes
describe
up.
how you were.
Prosecutor comes up and says, describe how you were feeling.
Best describe how you were feeling at that moment as far as your focus and what was going through your mind.
I was shocked, confused, nervous, scared, anxious. My friend was lying there on the ground. I had no idea what happened. All I wanted to do was to get help
Except she
for
did.
John, and as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't know what happened to him. He's laying there on the ground, but she knew that she didn't need to go check on her brother-in-law because the taillight was cracked and she said I was hitting him. Does that make any sense?
No.
No.
Well, she knew he was upstairs bandaging his knuckles.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, this is the kind of thing you get this entire thing. She says one thing, then she says another thing, then she like equivocates, and then she says, "Oh, I need to see that." And I mean, it's bad. It's really just awful.
Best describe how you.
It's just friggin' awful.
Wow. Well, that's a nightmare,
It is a nightmare.
especially for Karen.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to a McCabe house party anytime soon.
No. No. Same judge that's been there since the beginning.
Oh,
Same
wow.
judge that every time there is some kind of motion, she rules. Basically, well, I can't say that because she has ruled for the defense some, but like nobody gets in trouble. The prosecution doesn't get in trouble for like all their discovery stuff that they
Wow.
have told. And I mean, this has been going on since, she got charged in like 22.
Oh my God. Now, has Karen been in jail this whole time or out?
No. She's been out on bail.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been out on bail.
Initially, and after the first mistrial, then it's almost like she has to be released from bail at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they arrest her again with new charges.
Yeah. So next week, full week, I'll be on pretty much every night. Doing
Wow, watching it and commenting.
Yep. Oh yeah, all week. I'm gonna do every night. I've tried to do every night except my computer died at home, so I had to go replace it.
Oh.
Did you try rubbing a large magnet over the CPU?
I tried a hammer.
I mean, I'm not a tech guy, but it might help.
Tried a hammer.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Hammer didn't work.
All right. Well, this is Los Angeles today.
Oh, goodness.
All you're doing is just playing around a golf and
Like you do.
Look there.
Oh.
Yeah, those tea times, they'll bump you if you don't show up right on time.
Well. Okay.
Did this person think a golf course was a level patch of green?
Fair enough. They did well enough on the landing.
Hey, look, it does look like a good landing. Anything you walk away from.
Oh yeah, no, he put it down just right.
And technically that'd be a great landing because any landing after which we can use the plane again is a great landing.
Yeah, Michael, you want to answer that?
I think that's indefinite because you don't have a final answer on the charges.
Right. So
if they have an acquittal, that you get that one time, and you don't get to revisit an acquittal, but you could revisit with permissions, revisit a guilty verdict. But we're getting a whole lot of motions granted.
Gotcha.
So I mean, and it's up to the judge too. Like the judge can say, it's a mistrial with prejudice, so you can't bring the charges back.
Right.
Or without prejudice, you can refile the charges. So it really depends on the judge. Like, what's his name that shot the cinematographer?
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Like they can't bring those charges back. She said with prejudice, they're dismissed. So,
but that was because of some juror misconduct, wasn't it? Or prosecutor misconduct.
Prosecution misconduct.
Oh, nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the plane. That prop is not moving. That prop is
No, that is not.
There is no engine in that thing at all. Yeah, look, I mean, this guy freaking. I mean, that is a hell of a landing though, because he's like, I'm gonna land on this nice par 5. No,
As a glider.
I'm gonna turn
and just kind of steer.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not moving.
I love how you look at where this guy is when he's on like this side of the he's on the pretty far right of that sand bunker, right?
Yeah.
And this thing ends up pretty close to that. He's like, I'm probably a little close.
Right.
Well, yeah, he just swung shot around that tree to come here to this one straightaway, ducking the sand traps.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Here.
No, that is a very good pilot right there.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for this, or do you have a backstory?
He lost engine power. He lost his engine somehow.
Somehow his engine went out, and he had to do an emergency landing. That hurt right there. That hurt.
Yeah, that's seeing a chiropractor.
Yeah, that probably hurt a back and the plane.
They've done a whole lot of air ride suspension in those plane seats.
Yeah, because you can
certainly
see
not those planes.
Yeah, it took out probably a tire, and then you can see like the
gravel,
grass, and ground. Yeah, but even landing on the side of the hill, and then he just
then turns it out like that. That's pretty cool.
Now you're the guy on the tee box. Do you
just keep playing?
Do you go and do?
No, you go over and check it out. You're the closest person.
Well, I'm telling you, you don't want to lose your green time. You'll have to pay double.
I exactly. The tee time is. That's some important shit right there.
And then the clubhouse attendant who's coming by in his cart telling everyone, "Hurry up! You got to keep moving." Yeah, you don't get that plane's problem. That plane needs to solve its own problem.
I like when they have the videos here in Alaska where they have the black bear on the green.
Right.
And you guys are like, could you guys?
Oh, I've
like,
seen that quite a few bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've seen that quite a bit. So yeah, that was that. Then we had
That was that.
Then I was telling Michael about this here. Let's see. This guy today decided to run from the police.
Not a good idea.
Don't run from the police. I'll tell you
wow.
why.
This was Vegas?
No.
L.A.
Los
Pasadena.
Angeles.
I'm trying to. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh, I don't want to show that on television. Yes. Oh no. No. This is good. This is one of those ones where I don't even want to push in on that. I think.
Yep.
That's a body.
Yeah. This is what happens to fiberglass when it strikes solid steel.
Yep.
Yeah, slow-mo it.
Because that's a rough one right there. I mean, look at that. Right
at the driver door.
Oh man. Oh, right into the driver. Yeah, this is the first time I've kind of paused it actually. Yeah, I am going to slow-mo it. I mean,
115. Wow.
Holy crap, he's going 115 miles an hour. Oh my good Lord.
So they tin cans himself.
This is physics in action right here. This is the law of physics. This is like the stuff that Einstein wrote about.
Oh my God, Rob.
I'm trying to. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh, I don't want to show that on television.
So that's his whole body.
Yes. Oh no.
And also
No. This is good. This is one of those ones where I
Yes.
don't even want to push in on that. I think the driver was ejected on that collision right there.
No, I don't. He wasn't ejected.
We're going to
He
need
was
a moment or
but he was also not. Yeah, he was not doing well afterwards.
Huh.
How do you
If you're
miss
gonna
a big
run from the
orange truck?
cops at 1:15
You miss a big orange truck.
on a not busy highway.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
He was
no doubt.
probably
You
looking
can s-
behind him.
You can see that thing coming forever. I mean, and I mean, you can see he doesn't. He gets in that lane. I mean, he's in the lane he needs to be in right there. And he switches lanes for some reason, and then he realizes, oh shit, there's a big dump truck coming right in front of me. I
He'd
better
be
move.
dead either way if he was going in the straight smack into it or this way.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you don't see taillights come on at all, do you? Brake lights.
No, not really.
Oh wow, right. It's just straight schmackadoodles.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they showed there was a closer picture. Ooh.
Oh.
Yuck. Ugh.
Ugh. America.
So, if you're going to run from the police, try and not run into the back of
The orange truck.
the orange dump
Or at
truck.
least buckle up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that
State law.
would help him.
State law in all 50 states. Buckle up. It might have helped him.
Yeah, it might. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's a body in motion.
That is,
Like I said, Newton.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is physics 101 right there.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah, it is. So,
At rest tends to stay at rest until acted upon by an outside force. Body in motion tends to stay in motion. Yeah.
yeah. One of those, immovable objects. What's that? What is that thing now? I can't even think of it.
This escalator?
No. The saying about an
object in motion tends to stay in motion until acted upon.
But no. But there's another idiom, like
Yes.
when you have something that's like an immovable object coming up against something that's in motion or fuck, I can't remember what it is now. God bless
An immovable object beats an unstoppable force. Or an unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
No.
An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I did not know that one. I thought you guys were like defining insanity.
No, that's yes.
Yeah, like that's the another one.
That's a rock in a hard place.
Okay, so
This looks like a happy woman.
yeah. Well, so I saw this the other day, and I made a fly off comment, like a side comment on this, right?
Right.
You got political.
Let's watch them. It's not even political, really.
I know.
So let's watch the meme. I'm going to turn it off because there's music on here, and I don't want to get the channel struck. So there's just some music in the background. But here it is again, and then we'll take it down. So you got
The woman with no baby, the woman with baby.
right, and it's like there's the title is there's two different types of women over 30.
Oh.
And so you've got the
Shopping, yeah, right. And then the domesticated.
right, and you got the one with the Pampers and the baby
Right,
carriage.
right.
She's
It's very
looking
clear.
all- yeah. So my little throwaway side comment was, Michael.
Yeah. I was just thinking of what you have during the day shopping like that. You've got the stripper and then the stay-at-home mom.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So all I did was make this little throwaway comment.
All you did.
Birth rates are at an all-time low, which they are, right? I mean, birth rates, especially in the Western world, like here, all through Europe, Japan, they're all suffering through very low birth rates right now.
Uh-huh.
And it's because of this, because this is like, I mean, this is kind of propaganda towards the don't have kids kind of thing. And that's all I said is like, this isn't really a meme, it's propaganda. That's all I said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.8 thousand likes, 122,000 views.
Oh, wow.
On my little throwaway comment.
Wow.
What the hell?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about how everyone got mad at you.
No. It seems,
Wow.
but there was some, there's some commentary going on here.
Sure. Well, that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. First off, what are your thoughts on this? I mean,
I think it's inaccurate. I mean, those are two types and those are archetypes. So I think there's plenty of different, because there are women whose children are already grown by 30 because they had them young,
That's a pretty young mom.
Let's see here, 15
by 30.
Okay, 30, yeah. But I mean, I don't know.
Well,
and just
after
because you don't
30.
have kids doesn't mean you're rich.
No,
or into that type of lifestyle. Doesn't mean that you're not like a world traveler or a nurse or like somebody who's out doing things. But yeah, I mean, I think all that stuff, again, you're just like you were saying, is propaganda. It's meant to pit us against each other rather than to bring us together.
No, exactly.
Are we assuming she bought her diapers at the mall?
Right.
I know. And then where's the baby?
That's
my question.
The baby would be in the carrier, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. And it'd be a lot closer to her, and she wouldn't be looking away. She'd be looking at her baby. I mean, again, it's just like, I know I'm stereotyping there, but if you're a normal mom, you're looking at your baby.
You've got the fur coat, the Dior, the Chanel, all the bags.
Yeah.
You've got frumpy sweatpants, right?
Oh, it's matching and her hair's up, so she doesn't look that bad. But there's no baby in there.
Oh, I know. No, exactly.
Yeah. But her hair's up actually just like quick, just like threw it up to be done with it.
No, and I mean, they're both like, these are both like model type women.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
These are both very pretty.
So it's all
women.
staged.
So, oh yeah, no, totally. This was totally staged, but it's
She's
also
not even a mom in real life.
Right, yeah.
You could, but you can see, and also the whole, the mom looks at the other type of person longingly and like has
I look at a
envy.
steak longingly like that, but not another woman.
Right. Because and Jody, as a mom, there are lots of joys in being a parent, right?
Sure. I feel like right now we're in an age where people actually are wanting who want children are actually happy with having their children, and they're happy to raise their children and be with their kids. I think it's fantastic. I think that everybody who wants a child and goes through the adoption process, they really want that child. They're loving them. So I think that there's a golden age of parents having fun being parents, whereas before it was either don't engage with your child, beat your child, make them silent, make them afraid of you. None of that stuff was fun. And not everybody did that. But I think that if you want a child, absolutely, it brings you the greatest joy. If you're burdened with a child,
no, exactly.
There's a difference. Or if your child is maybe evil, like if you have a bad child. Like like a devil child.
Thought Damien was a cool name.
Yeah, Damien. Yeah, like exactly. This little Ukrainian boy came over to our house named Damien, and our lives haven't been the same since. I'd be looking at that mom longingly, sure. But yes, there's plenty of joy in having children, and there's plenty of joy in not having children. My greatest thing to say when there was this one girl I worked with and I hated her. She was young. She was opinionated. She was a know-it-all kind of person. And she talked always about like children and then all this and everyone doing it wrong. And I was like, oh, honey, don't worry. You should never be a mom. Don't ever have children. You're fine. You're right. It's a great choice to make. Don't ever have kids. And I love saying that to women who, like this specific type of woman, but having kids or not having kids is such a huge conversation for a woman and for a family, for people.
Families, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do I think we should be cattle and farm us out to make babies? No.
Hey, I would just like to have, some mind reader on what the two ladies are thinking about as
Are
they
actually
pass each
thinking
other's
about?
Yeah. It's
Right.
like one envious of the other. Because this one, the one in the white coat isn't envious of the other one at all.
No, she's just looking.
No.
What are
You
you
can
staring
tell.
at, whore? Yeah. And whereas
Exactly.
but I'm not convinced that mom is envious of her.
Right.
Right.
That's not what her expression, her face is telling me.
Oh, that's what they're trying to get across, dude.
Yeah.
That is the whole point of it. That's the whole point of the sweatsuit.
That
and the
why would
hair
you want
out,
a baby when
and
you
the-
could have
right?
this?
And
Yeah.
she's putting on makeup, right? And
Right.
she's already made up. She barely has any makeup on whatsoever, right? So
Right.
you can
I
see.
think we've killed this cat.
And you could see
Yeah.
what she spent her money on versus what this other one has spent
Yeah,
her money on,
exactly.
Chanel and whatnot.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
Not a damn baby in the video.
But I've also
No.
seen the political cartoon about it was a woman, and basically like an Americanized woman in kind of dressed like her, but actually you think the outfit was even skimpier and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And the other women on the other side staring at this lady
Right.
are in traditional Muslim garb.
Uh-huh.
And they're both thinking, God, that poor woman doesn't
wow.
have any self-respect.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yep.
can see it both ways. It kind of like in Singapore with their laws about cussing in public. As Americans, we think we have the right to say, fuck them all, fuck them, no regrets. Where they have the right to not be bothered.
Not
hearing
be
you say
bothered with
that.
it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So and I could see both arguments there.
It's all about packaging.
Yeah. So there's a few comments on here. So it's like, this person had quite a bit of back and forth. So it's like, well, it's funny. It says there's 10 comments, but you click on it, you can only see one. I don't
See
understand
one,
that.
yeah.
But oh, wait a minute. There's 11 under there. So it's
Yeah.
like it's work. I said something about it's a propaganda. So like, and it's working. Spend 24 hours with a screaming baby versus work a job and make money so I can buy things I like. It's not even a question. So this person is like, and you look at this profile, and this is probably a 50-year-old man. So, so I'm not going to put too much stake in what
Yeah.
this person says. But
They don't scream constantly, especially if you comfort them and stuff. Usually, so,
Yeah. Right. I was
yeah,
like, our baby
exactly.
didn't do that.
yeah.
We
No,
enjoyed our
exactly.
jobs and we didn't have
Oh,
to buy
yeah.
everything.
Right.
You make choices in your life, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
so
live the
this-
status quo.
And then I don't know if this is like supposed to be just a joke, but it's like the two options for women are a Mennonite Amish or a woman who has been a bridesmaid at a wedding.
Well, that's also how old is the Madonna whore thing?
like
Men of it's always been pitted against this virtue versus whore.
right. No,
That's
exactly.
What does
that's
WAP
old as
stand for?
time. And you come to find out one woman equals both.
Yes, you can be all of it.
That's just what the realization is.
And I've been to several weddings. I don't remember the bridesmaids actually.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
when have you ever had slutty whore bridesmaids? I don't think I've been to a wedding that had that.
Yeah,
I know we're not in Ohio or something, but
I mean, I know several bridesmaids that were already married themselves.
right.
Oh yeah, no,
Wherever
exactly.
you live in our group of people up here. We're not like a young college town or stuff like that. We're old.
Yeah. Oh, and then this person says, no, it's just the white birth rates. Everybody else
Right,
is
right,
doing
right.
fine. My mother has 26 grandkids. And I mean, my
That's if you're on a
sister-
farm.
Right.
That
No,
used to be the way. My daddy had
Yeah.
13 brothers and sisters.
No, my sister, I mean, I have no kids. My sister had like 8.
That's that.
So, I mean, yeah.
If you look at
That's a
ours,
fertile woman.
if so, my
She
my
was,
dad
yes.
had 13 kids. All of his kids had one, and one of them had 2. But like, that's a
Right.
huge difference.
Yeah.
And the other ones, though, they're in Alabama. They probably have tons of kids. I don't know any of them, but
Right.
it's like, but us, no, we all purposely kind of chose to only have a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some of us, it was also like medical reasons why you couldn't have more than one. It's harder to have and carry your baby now.
Right, right.
I mean, it always was. I'm sorry. Birth has always been not easy, or getting pregnant or staying pregnant.
And they may or may not be related, but with lower birth rates, we actually have higher survivability for infants and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, remember when we were at the birthing class, the lady mentioned that she had 10 kids, 8 of them survived.
Right.
And
wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally, this one. Birth rates are low because the world is shitty. No one wants to bring any more children.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't believe that.
But the world's always been shitty. There's always been war. There's always been poverty. And so
there's always been crappy people and there's always been wonderful people. So
yeah, this is definitely the fear that, yeah, I didn't want to have kids because I was afraid of this thing. But then the older generations told me they had the same fear and that their parents had the same fear. And
yes, exactly.
So it's just coming to the realization that the world is not easy. Everything hurts. You're going to die someday.
Chances are, if there is that right time to get pregnant and have kids, you probably wouldn't recognize it in the moment.
That's true.
There's just no
That's why you just do it. You got to live while you're alive.
Right, exactly. Is there a right time? There's probably never a right time, right?
Well, there's a time when it's too late.
Or not appropriate. Not appropriate.
Or not yet.
Yeah, or not yet.
So yeah, it's too expensive. The regular person would struggle financially and would need 2 incomes in a bigger home. That's why dinks are getting more popular. You know what a dink is?
Dink has been an old school word forever.
No, this is an actual. A dink is a
double income,
no kids.
Yes,
I've said that since I was 18.
Have. Okay, all right, I got you.
It's it used to be an underground word for gay men because they would be the most for advertising. They would have the most money because they're 2 men and they have no kids. So double income, no kids. So you're like, I'm going after that money. So that's why it's been a very popular term. But yeah, it's been around.
Okay.
Well, on US subs, dink is you're just late on your qualifications because they're due on such a date. You get issue your qual card. You have to have this done in 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever. And if you don't follow your timeline, you're dink, which is just short for delinquent. But,
okay.
I like this one better.
Subs. Dink nubs, sink subs.
But I mean, that's why dogs are so popular. And then the dog market or the cat market or the pet market and spending money on your animal is huge. We're next to a doggy daycare. And they make more money than we do.
Oh, yeah. Nope. That's definitely Cat and I. We spend more money on our freaking animals.
And people just, animals, you still get the relationship, and because Tiger was absolutely another kid to me, but was he a child, a human child?
Yep.
No, it's better.
Now, Rob, how many of your animals do you, I guess you'd say, not have an owner pet relationship with? Like your dog, you obviously wouldn't have that with the llama. Not that you have a llama, but if you've got a beast of burden or something like that, you're not gonna think all warmly of old Bessie,
No, exactly. I mean, Cat and I are different because she's got all her sheep and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really see Cat being very affectionate with the sheep.
Oh no, she watches them. She loves her sheep.
Well, yeah, I guess showing affection. Like, come here,
no, but well, they're sheep, so some of them are will come up to you. I mean, she's got relationships with some of them. Some of them not.
Some of them aren't interested.
It's not with the sheep.
Well,
exactly.
Not with the chickens. No, chickens are bastards.
You don't have a relationship with the chickens. Well, and then horses are supposed to be really, I don't know, friendly or crap. I don't know much about horses.
You don't want to trust them with everything.
What?
You don't want to trust them with everything, though.
No.
Not your woman. Not your woman.
They're loyal. They won't eat your carcass if you died first. They'll stay right by you. You know, whereas your cat would start eating you within a half hour. But
I want an elephant.
no, I bet you don't.
I want an elephant.
Man, when that elephant goes elephant, there's nothing you can do about it.
I name him Stampy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name him Stampy.
Yeah. Stompy.
Stompy.
All right. Last thing.
All right.
Michael,
Dude, ideas.
You're into building things. I want one of these.
Okay.
Do you think you can do this?
Well, now without a trip to Lowe's.
Well, yeah.
Well, we gotta
but
watch it first.
You need the wrap the things around there.
The tubage.
Tubage.
Put
get
it
some
in
tubage,
there. Get some flame. We have a flamethrower.
Torch. Turn off the torch. Oh.
What? Whoa.
Oh, and
Holy crap.
it is a plasma gun.
What's it do to the purse? Like, does it burn you? Is it just a force?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It looks cool.
What are we, scientists? No.
Yeah. When you get all sciencey on it,
Whatever.
it's a
But
plasma
yeah, all this would take
gun.
is a trip to Lowe's. Maybe not the water jugs, but you could still acquire those.
You could go to Remade.
I could snag a couple for those from work. They'd never miss
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, but the tubing.
Yeah, say it on the channel. Why don't you?
Oh shit!
But the tubing, you could probably come up with something less expensive than a level. But
Yeah, I like how it slides along the level too. Did you see that?
we're gonna have recoil. Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have recoil, and that definitely that
D-
looks cool as shit. though.
Recoil.
And of course, official duct tape. You know, just to let you know,
Yeah.
it's homemade.
I think he didn't probably need to wrap the coils around there as much as he did. It just looks cooler that he did that.
It might be to build up more inertia or what have you as it
Right.
travels through.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
to give
maybe.
it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a science
That's
book
very
or
ghost
something we could-
mystery.
Yeah. Well, it goes.
So
it
what's
goes
plasma?
back and then
And what?
What's plasma? Besides the stuff that's inside of you.
It's gas. Plasma's a gas.
Oh.
It's ionized gas, but and of course the
Charged up
butane,
gas?
the butane in the torch is a gas, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, ionized gas. Yes.
plasma is a state of matter often referred to as the fourth state, distinct from solid, liquid, and gas. So
Oh.
you have solid, liquid, gas, and plasma.
Plasma.
Yeah.
Ionized gas.
Its plasma is created when a gas is heated to extremely high temperatures, causing some or all of its atoms to lose electrons and become charged particles. So, yeah, I guess that's why it blows up like that. But
And why you have
Wow.
that bullet of light going through the tube.
Stars, lightning, aurora borealis, and fluorescent lights all involve plasma.
oh, yeah.
And the exhaust off a Klingon bird of prey. We learned this in Star Trek 6.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
We're closing
I
on
did
that.
not know that. Yeah, that's
Well, because they had developed a bird of prey that could fire when cloaked. And they're
Right.
trying to figure out how they could detect it. And then Spock just realizes gas. You know, we call ours
Ah.
plasma, whatever the Klingon variant is, it's still ionized gas.
yeah.
I see.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Gotta have a tailpipe. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that note, on that tailpipe, we're gonna tailpipe ourselves on out of here. We're gonna take our
Good night.
plasma selves. Joe Dye, welcome back.
Science.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Be here for the summer.
Turn of the Joe Dye.
We did science today.
Yes, we did science. We did airplanes. We did physics with
Not even politics,
trucks.
really.
No.
Yeah.
No, we did not. So, all right. I will
All
see
right.
you on Monday. I'll be doing the recap on Monday.
Yeah.
Gonna be working on the show this weekend. That's my goal, is to do some show editing. Actually,
I was curious. We're saying the pilot of Mistakes Were Made. This
Yes.
implies what, 10, 12 more episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
Well,
yes.
eventually.
Oh yeah, I've got all. We got all.
No, that's what we spent that year writing,
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, exactly.
We spent
Oh,
a year writing
I thought
all
we
of
were
the
all writing the
episodes.
same show. Oh, okay.
They're already all written.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a year writing.
At least the layout is.
I mean,
there.
yeah, we spent a year writing either the show or all the layout, all the details
Yeah,
of each of the
exactly, all
show,
the
and so we have
details.
all of the
We have all. Yeah,
character
we have like 12
development.
shows.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have it down to the nitty gritty of all the dialogue or anything.
but that
we
can
got a
get
lot
pumped
of
out
it.
real fast
Oh yeah, exactly. But we have the layout. We have the whole entire show laid out
until like season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, exactly. And even I've got season 2, a lot of it in my head already. So
Mhm.
All right. Well,
yeah,
we got to start filming, the next step. If
Yeah,
we've already
I know.
filmed the pilot, we got to film the next episode, or are we waiting on syndication?
We're waiting on
We're
syndication.
waiting on something.
Okay.
I'm waiting on getting this channel monetized, then we'll talk.
Well, keep
Yeah.
doing your sassy
What I'm
comments.
Trying to do is get the channel monetized. then
That's
we'll talk
all we're
something.
looking at right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
All
everybody.
right. Peace
Peace out.
out.